welcome back to Victoria's Educational Services, where I break down difficult concepts into easy steps. Today, I'm going to walk you through the process of completing your child's quarterly report if you're homeschooling in New York. All New York homeschool forms will be linked below, as well as my Facebook page, so anyone who has any questions can reach out to me. Before we begin, I want to mention that I'm the type of person who likes to cross my T's and dot my I's. So, I make sure quarterly reports align with what was written on the IHIP form that was submitted. If you don't complete your form the same way I do, that doesn't mean it's wrong. Just make sure you paint a clear picture of what your child is learning, no matter what your homeschool style is. Okay, so here's our example of our blank quarterly report. I'm going to make up a fake student and grade just to use as an example. So let's say our student is in first grade. So for the grade level, I'm writing 1. And then I'm going to list all of my subjects, and I'm writing the ones that typically go together in the same box. So my first subject, I'll write arithmetic. Next, I'll write reading, then spelling. Okay, next I'll write writing and English language because those go together. So writing / English language. Okay, next we'll do geography and U.S. history. So we have geography / U.S. history. Okay, then we have science and health. So I'll write science / health. Okay, and then we have music, visual arts, and physical education. So we have music, visual arts, and physical education. So our next step is to write what we've covered so far for each subject that we listed. If you need ideas for how to put concepts into academic language, take a look at corestandards.org, and I'll link that below. You can click on the grade level and then click on reading, writing, or math for the lower grades, and you can see a breakdown of the standards and the academic language they use. So if that helps you, feel free to take a look at that while you're completing your report. Okay, so let's look at arithmetic. So it says description of material covered. So I'm just listing things that I've covered with this first grade student. So I know in first grade, typically we would cover addition and subtraction. So I'll write addition and subtraction within 20. We can do identifying shapes and their attributes. And then let's put counting by tens to 100. Okay, and this is just an example, so I'll just leave it there. But here you would just cover anything you've done, any concepts you've covered in arithmetic, adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, anything like that. Okay, and then it says grade or written evaluation. So they don't specify that you have to put a number grade or a letter grade. So personally, I would recommend just writing pass. So as long as your child was taught the concepts and you saw that they had understanding of the concepts, I would write pass. Then we have reading. So for reading, maybe you've reviewed key details in text. So maybe while you're reading a book, you've identified key details, describing character, setting. We can do compare and contrast. Anything that you would cover in regard to reading. Some people also just list books they've read with their children. So it's really up to you which direction you want to go in. Since I am a certified teacher, I tend to go more with the formal description of what the child learned. But you don't have to do that. And the grade or written evaluation, again, I'm just writing pass. Then we have spelling. So for spelling, I'm keeping it simple, and I'm just going to write that we practiced, or we can write we covered first grade sight words. And this is up to you if you want to include the type of sight words. So maybe you did the Fry sight words or the Dolce sight words. So it's up to you. And again, I'm writing pass. Then we have writing and English language. So I can write that we practiced opinion writing, because I know that's taught in first grade. We could do providing details, because when we teach writing, we teach students to provide details to back up their opinions. Using verbs, nouns. We can also do uppercase and lowercase letters, anything like that, anything that's appropriate for your child that you're covering, I would just list there. And again, I'm writing pass. Then we have geography and U.S. history. So for this, I can write that we practiced identifying our location on a map. And you can also write map skills, labeling important events on a timeline, anything that goes with U.S. history or geography. So I'll just write labeling important historical events on a timeline. And then I'm writing past. Okay, so we're up to science and health. So for science and health, I can say we learned about plants, animals, habitats, living and non-living things. Whatever you did that relates to science can go here. Maybe you go on hikes and you identify the animals that you see in the woods, or you identify the weather and things you notice. So that all counts as science too. It doesn't have to be that you sat down and read a science textbook. Okay, so as long as you're painting a picture of what your child is learning, you're doing fine. And again, I'll write pass for the grade or written evaluation. And finally, we're up to the last part, which is music, visual arts, and physical education. So maybe you are signed up your child for piano lessons. Maybe you play an instrument that you're teaching them. Maybe you're teaching them different genres of music, introducing them to different music, taking them to concerts or kid-friendly concerts. So I'll write piano lessons, and that's for music. Then I'll do drawing and painting, and that's for visual arts. So anything that's like artistic, drawing, painting, maybe they're modeling with clay. Maybe they practice drawing a portrait of their family, anything like that. Then we have physical education. So this is just whatever they're doing physically. So I can write that that this student is taking swim lessons maybe. could be just doing yoga. It could be going on daily jogs, maybe riding a bike, anything they're doing that's physical. Okay, and once again, I'm writing pass for the grade. So remember, this is just an idea of how to complete this form. You don't have to follow the exact structure that I used. Again, I just like to make sure that the IHIP aligns nicely with the quarterly reports, and I like to use some of the language that the Department of Education uses, so I don't have to worry about them not understanding what I'm teaching. Finally, at the bottom, it says enter the total numbers of instructional hours for this quarter here. And if you look below that, in smaller print, it says students in grades 1 to 6 should average approximately 225 hours of instruction per quarter. So you write 225 hours. And that doesn't mean that your child was sitting at a table for 8 hours a day every day. Okay, so included in those 225 hours could be your nature walks, you went on hikes, you went out in the community, you went to the library. So don't think you need 225 hours of formal, the child is sitting there and just being told information. This can be whatever you make it. It could be as creative as you want. You can be as structured as you want. It's really up to you. Okay, so if you have any questions after watching this video, feel free to leave a comment and I'll answer and help you the best I can. For more information about homeschooling, please like and follow my Facebook page that is linked below, facebook.com/Victoria's Tutoring Services. To stay updated on homeschool or educational videos I post, please like and subscribe. I hope this video helped you and good luck on your homeschool journey.